Mike McCarthy just announced moments ago, it looks like Cooper Rush again.
Yeah.
It'll be Cooper Rush against the Philadelphia Eagles. I've said this over and over and over again. I'll say it again. It's Dak's job when it's time for him to get back. And if he's not ready right now, this sounds great to me, man. Keep on keeping on. You've won 4 in a row with this guy. He's not making any mistakes. And if you lose to the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia, you know, I don't remember the last time the Cowboys did sweep their division. This is exactly the one game that you'd think that they would lose on the road in division is against this team with their backup quarterback. This team that is the one that is still remaining, the lone remaining undefeated team. You already have a win against the 4-1 Giants in their building in your back pocket. This is house money as far as I'm concerned for the Dallas Cowboys. House money going into Philadelphia with your backup quarterback. Let Dak just sit. You got games coming at home after this for the Dallas Cowboys against Detroit and Chicago. You want him to have a nice soft reopening of the Dak business before their bye week? Perfect time. And if you win, this is just, I mean, you want to talk about house money. I mean, this is Jones Mahal money is what that would be.
If he wins, there's a full-on controversy.
No, there's not.
If he wins and plays well, what if he has 300 yards and 3 touchdowns?
It's not a full-on controversy. The full-on controversy would come when Dak returns, not if, when Dak returns, and they start playing 500 football potentially, and the offense isn't as efficient, and the mistakes that Cooper Rush doesn't make by turning the ball over and giving up short fields occurs with Dak.
Yeah.
That's when the full-blown controversy hits. When it's like, wait a minute, yeah, Dak's back, and we love that idea. Of course he's going to get the job back. He's the guy. You don't lose your job due to injury unless, of course, your name's Tony Romo. But you don't lose your job due to injury here if you've got a $40 million a year contract, right? Yeah, right. It's another one. That's it. Yeah. So the full-on controversy is when Dak gets the job back. Let's just say he does get it back against Detroit, and the Lions show up and play like it is their Super Bowl and beat them. Or Justin Fields puts it all together and beats them. Or when they come back and they go to Green Bay and they lose to Green Bay coming off a bye week and Dak makes his return then and it looks rusty. And then Mike McCarthy, everyone's going to look at him and say, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to put Cooper Rush back in or not? And Jerry has everybody around him after a game and a post-game loss scrum. And what happens then? That's when the heat will get on.
Yeah.
But in terms of Dak starting this week, I'm like, cool. Don't. You don't have to. Cooper Rush starts this week. Cool. Exactly. House money. You've won 4 in a row. You've already won more games than you thought you would with Cooper Rush in there. When Dak went out, it was the 4 to 6 weeker. The 4 to 6 weeker, you can make it 7 weeks. Give him the full 2 months back.
That'd be ideal.
Because they're not going to lose all 3 of these and go into their bye week at 4-4 and can't wait for Dak to get back. They're going to win those games at home. They should win those games at home. And I know those are the dangerous games in the Jones Mahal over the previous years. It's the games that Dallas should win, a la against Denver. What was that, last year?
No, but I told you we were going to lose that game.
So those are the games that Dallas loses. But those are not.
They're winnable.
That's not this year because they're winning games that they shouldn't win over the last 4 weeks with a quarterback nobody thought they were going to win. 4 games. They were already again, if he was out 7 weeks, you'd say, hey, 4 wins. He'd sign for that right now.
Absolutely.
In a row?
Also, remember,
in a row?
Remember, he wasn't on the original 53-man roster.
Well, they were doing that just for.
But he was still not. He was an unrostered player.
I guess he could have run to another team at that point in time. But
I mean, I'm sure he knew the deal.
Hey,
though.
Bottom line is house money, not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Cowboys fans, it's all good in that hood. Yeah. Even if they lose, it'll be like next time they see him, well, we had our backup and what have you, and Cooper Rush can't win them all until he maybe does. And even if he does go into the bye week 7-0 and has the Cowboys 7-1, Dak's going to get the job back. And if they don't perform as well in that run that we saw that Cooper Rush is on right now or doing, that's when the heat will be on, and that's when the popcorn will be ready.